I wish we recorded this. We just bumped heads. Hey guys. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I have the lovely Rhiannon with me. So Rhiannon, tell YouTube a little bit about yourself.
Yay! Hi everyone, thank you very much Jade. So my name is Rhiannon Lambert, I'm a registered nutritionist. I have a clinic on Harley Street called Rhitrition, and I specialise in eating disorders, weight management and sports nutrition.
I'm going to leave all of Rhiannon's handles down below so you can find her, you can Insta-stalk her, and guys, I am so passionate about talking about food and fitness and my life, but I always say in every single one of my videos I am not an expert, and I just speak from a place of passion, and I always do my research before talking about something. But I wanted to bring Rhiannon on because I often get so many questions about eating disorders and weight. That's why we have Rhiannon to help. So guys, we're just gonna go straight in there, and we're gonna start off with the topic of binge eating. So Rhiannon, can you clarify overeating and binging?
Of course. So there's a big difference between the two actually, and sometimes it's completely down to the individual as how you will perceive this, but often overeating is as simple as you've reached the full point, but you're not really listening to those signals, or you're not aware of it, so you might eat a little bit more. I mean, most of us overeat on a daily basis, I would say. I mean, there's always room for dessert is kind of that classic that classic example, but a binge is something very, very different. When you're in a binge state, sometimes it can feel like you're in a bit of a trance. Often you're not aware of what you're doing, and before you know it, you can have made your way through the entire kitchen, and you can become very uncomfortable. Your digestion can't cope with the large volume of food in that trance-like state. So
I can speak from experience. When I suffered from binge eating and bulimia, you kind of forget what's around you, and I don't know if any of you guys can relate to this, but you kind of just go into the kitchen and next minute you're just kind of, you've done it and you don't kind of know why. And that's the thing. So I think, like, of course sometimes it's okay to overeat and have the dessert and finish that pack of biscuits, but it's when you kind of lose
a bit of control, I think, as well. And there's something else going on often when you're having a binge. So there may have been something that triggered this binge, or it may be premeditated. So often lots of people that I tend to see in clinic plan a binge. I know that sounds crazy, but actually in the morning you could know that you're going to come home in the evening, go via the shop,
and you buy, you know what you're going to do in advance. And then I think there's the other times when you just get that craving, or I used to call it like an itch, and you just go and like,
I think an itch is a really good way to describe it.
It's annoying.
You need to kind of get this out, and often sometimes it may be a coping mechanism to deal with something else much larger, and instead of facing that problem, because it's hard to do it, eating food might be the alternative.
And going off that, how would someone know when they have a problem? Like, how do they know when to get help?
Right, well, the three defining factors of an eating disorder are preoccupation, well, two really, preoccupation with shape and weight, if it's always on your mind and it's affecting your quality of life. So actually that is three things. The quality of life, it's always preoccupying your thoughts and is affecting how you view your shape and weight. If that is on your mind all the time, I would say that's really inhibiting your chance to have, you know, a carefree, kind of happy life.
When I first found I was having a problem, I sought help from Rhiannon. I spoke about her on my channel.
Look how far she's come now.
So I went and I found Rhiannon, and I contacted her, spoke to her, and we ended up having sessions. And I think if you are in this place and you just want to go and talk to someone, there are amazing, incredible nutritionists out there. You don't have to go through the NHS. I've done both. But you can make a choice to do something right now, and like, if you have a problem, go and speak to someone, because they are there and they want to help you.
Yeah, I think just taking that leap of faith and literally investing your trust in someone can be really, it's quite stress relieving actually, to be able, even if you're not ready yet for full recovery, even to go and seek help, like Jade said,
just
can
have
be
a person
step in the right direction.
For sure. Another question I got asked was distractions for when you feel like you're going to binge.
This is a really good one. I often find one of the most effective strategies is stop delay tactic, because you can work on that over time. So often if you feel you're in the mood, like right now we're sat in a living room, so remove yourself from the room. First of all, it's hard to tear yourself away, but instead of going to the kitchen or whatever item or whatever room rather you'd be going to, move away from it. Take a big breath, focus on your breathing, and count to maybe 30 seconds or a minute, however long you can count to, and then go back to the room as if you were about to embark upon that again. And you might still go ahead and do that binge, but next time you build it up to 2 minutes, and the time after you build it up to 3 minutes. And often a little bit of self-care. So another really important thing that I know Jade and I discussed earlier is, if you're feeling really, really exhausted, and the binge could be a trigger, could be stress, guys, go and run a bath, go out for a walk, treat yourself, do your nails, do something therapeutic, or do your hair. Even go and look at a YouTube tutorial on how to braid your hair. I don't know anything. If you're a guy, get out there, go for a walk, read a book, do anything that's going to be taking your mind off it, really. That's something that when I went through the NHS, when I went to therapy every week, they gave us a big list of different things. It was like 100 things you could do instead of having a binge. And like, it's the smallest things, guys. Like, it is literally painting your nails, it's calling a friend. This was a big one for me, because then you get, your mood changes, because now you're really excited to talk to a friend, and then you forget about the binge. Or there's so many ways. It's hard, but I believe in you. I think it's perseverance. I think once you start, just try once. It doesn't mean that you're going to succeed every single time, because failure, I like to call them life experiences rather than failing, because no one fails. We all go through life and we learn, don't we? So once you've done it once, the next time it'll get easier. Yeah, we promise. Tips for the day after a binge, because sometimes it happens, but what to do afterwards. The best thing you can do, if this has happened, it depends on the time of day, is to get back to normal. And drink water. So make sure you're hydrated after a binge, because that sudden influx of, often it might be sugary items, it all disrupts your biochemical imbalances. So things in your body like your fatty acids, you might start then craving more sugar, you'll get a really low mood, and then you want to eat something else. The best thing you can do is eat a healthy, balanced meal, get some micronutrients in, that's lots of colour, that's your vitamins, your minerals, have some protein at your meal, keep going like normal, and like I said before, go for a walk. What really helped me when I was at the hospital is they kind of told us, what are the foods that make you feel good, and just surround yourself with them foods, so then after a binge you've got them foods that make you feel great. For me, it's like simple things like chicken and broccoli and sweet potato, but when I have these I feel good about myself and my body and my choices. I think that's great. Think of the food you're eating, so visualize your plate as everything on that plate is giving you something good. All that nutrition. So your chicken, your sweet potato, the colour, the orange, the vitamin A in the sweet potato, everything you're eating is nourishing your body. And then you should love your body for that, and then you don't want to do things like binge and upset your body. Another question I got asked is how to get over that kind of recovery stage. Like, amazing, you're in that recovery stage, you've stopped binging, but how do you kind of like transition into a more normal life and not, I'm recovering from an eating disorder? I think that's actually one of the hardest things. So yes, the uphill battle of getting over the eating disorder in the first place, but then how do you embark upon living in a life with everyone surrounding you who doesn't understand or hasn't been through the same thing as you? Is a really good question, Jade, because I think it's having support is the first thing. Having someone that knows what you've been through around you is actually pretty good, but just try and embark upon positive things. Set yourself goals and look at your values. Try and give yourself 5 things, write them down, that you love about yourself. Now, I know that sounds ridiculous. Think of 5 values. What about your friends, your family, the people you love in your life? Hold on to those. Every time you get a bad moment, open up that page with those 5 values in, read them out loud to yourself, and tell that worrying, niggling voice in your head to go away. I think what helped me kind of get over that, I had an eating disorder, but now I'm kind of living a more normal life, is just consistency. Exactly. Like, when I got consistent with my healthy eating and my exercise and being a positive person, like, you have to be consistent with things like this. So when I kind of was consistent, it just became normal, and I just became the person that I am now versus the person that I was then, or Jade with an eating disorder, or Jade who was recovering. Because the label's not good, and I think also appreciate the fact that you're not alone. And actually things that remain from the eating disorder, like digestive health, takes a long time to go back to normal. You'll be up and down with things like bloating and okay, we're all friends here. Yeah, exactly. Just try and go easy on yourself, because you can't just click your fingers and say goodbye to it. But then again, it's not a label. It does not define who you are. You are, I'm Rhiannon, you are Jade. You do not have a label, Jade
No.
used to have an eating disorder.
No, and if you were walking down the streets, a stranger wouldn't know that, so a stranger is not going to identify you with that. So why would you identify yourself with that? I am Jade and I'm a positive person.
Yeah.
I want to be that person. So
I love that.
Pick the person you want to be, okay? Okay, so the last question we're going to do, I think it's a really positive question, so I want to end on a positive note, guys.
Good girl.
It's how to see a better side to your body. So obviously when you've had an eating disorder, you might have been a lot skinnier, you might have been bigger. Like, how do you just get comfortable with the body you're in now?
I love this question. It really is just reminding yourself about what your body does for you. I mean, if you're able to, like this girl here, she's strong, man. You know, embrace the fact that you can pick up weights in the gym and you're strong and you can do all these things. It's amazing. Your body takes you from A to B every single day. Yes, you might have, if you've gone from a period of anorexia forward, you might have a bit more body fat, but you have to look at that as, wow, that's hormonal, that's gonna help my hormones. I'm getting periods, I'm happy, I'm healthy, and one day I can go forwards if you're of a certain age and have a family. And vice versa, if you've lost a lot of weight and you were very overweight before, look at now how healthy your heart's gonna be. I think one thing that we forget is that your heart, guys, is a muscle. If you lose a lot of weight, that gets smaller. If you put it on, you get a layer of unhealthy stuff around it. So we're thinking about our heart. It's so cheesy, but if you are trying to love your body, try and think inside out rather than outside in, because all those organs inside, wow, I mean, I'm a bit of a science geek, but it's so cool.
It's also for me like mental. It's also like not just how you feel in your actual body, but in your mind. I think that's so important. Like, you need to have like a positive, happy mind. And for me, it doesn't even matter what my body looks like, because as soon as my mind changed, like, I stopped worrying about my body. So I would say, if you are worrying about your body image, stop and worry about your mind and figure out why you're thinking these things and ask yourself questions. It's okay. And
because everyone is human, no one's perfect. I think that's something really important to reiterate, that nobody is perfect. We all have learning experiences in life, and you can get through anything. You just need the right people around you.
And you can find these people, guys. Like I said, I'm going to leave all of Rhiannon's details down below so you can contact her, email her. She's amazing, so if you do need any help. And guys, we're gonna wrap the video up here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being on my channel.
Thanks for having me.
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, leave a comment, let us know. We're always happy to film them. If you haven't already, subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!